Close your eyes and remember the first time you held a controller. Maybe it was the satisfying click of an Atari joystick, the sturdy feel of a Nintendo controller, or the sleek curve of a PlayStation gamepad. That moment, that first spark of digital wonder, connects billions of us across generations. But have you ever wondered how we got from a simple brown box in a basement workshop to a photorealistic world we explore today? According to the Smithsonian's in 2019, on the website si.edu titled Video Game History, the origins of home gaming can be traced back to the brown box created by Ralph Baer in 1971. It used game program cards to select different games to play on the TV. Its graphics were simple, white squares and lines on a black and white screen, but it was revolutionary. This unassuming invention laid the groundwork for the home gaming industry. A few years later, in 1977, Atari made a comeback and released the Atari 2600, a home gaming console with a cleaner design that featured joysticks and interchangeable game cartridges that played multicolored games. From Jordan in 2023, titled From a Research Lab to Your Homes, The Evolution of Video Game Consoles. On the website bhsgazette.org, instead of using game cards, it used ROM cartridges, letting players easily swap out games and opening the door for a massive library of titles. The iconic Atari Fuji logo, bold, blocky typeface, became symbols of a new kind of entertainment. Interactive, social, and endlessly replayable. Gaming had moved out of the laboratories and arcades for the first time into living rooms worldwide. As technology advanced through the 1980s and 1990s, gaming began to evolve in not just how it felt, but also how it looked. With the success of consoles like the brown box and Atari, developers began experimenting with 3D graphics, new storytelling techniques, and more immersive gameplay. The Nintendo 64 was a significant milestone in this shift. With games like Super Mario 64, redefined what it meant to play in 3 dimensions, offering open worlds and freedom of movement that no one has ever seen before. Another defining title was The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. According to the Museum of Play in 2023, titled Video Game History Timeline on the website museumofplay.org, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time transported players into the richly imagined world of Hyrule. But it wasn't just a game. It was an experience full of puzzles, memorable characters, and the iconic sound of the ocarina. Around the same time, Sony's Tomb Raider, originally released on the Sega Saturn, introduced the world to Lara Croft, a daring archaeologist and one of gaming's first global icons. This era proves that games can be just as cinematic, emotional, and adventurous as any movie. Fast forward to the modern era. Gaming has become more advanced and accessible than ever before. In 2020, Sony launched the PlayStation 5, the successor to the PlayStation 4. The PS5's lightning-fast loading times, stunning visual details, and VR compatibility lets players get really close to lifelike immersions. The same year, Microsoft released the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, robust systems built for speed, performance, and seamless online connectivity. Meanwhile, Nintendo continued to chart its own creative path. In 2020, it released the Nintendo Switch, a console that could effortlessly switch between TV and handheld modes. The Switch wasn't just another ordinary console. It was a new way to play, offering flexibility and innovation that appealed to gamers of all ages. Now, as we stand in this remarkable crossroad in video game history, Also, as Concept VC shows us how video games began and evolved, it shows us to look back and see how far we've come from the simple brown box with its white squares dancing across a black and white screen to the realistic, immersive worlds we see today. As we look towards the future, towards virtual reality, cloud gaming, and technologies we can't even imagine yet, the next chapter is being written right now. The game isn't over. In fact, it's just getting started. Thank you.